If you're thinking about moving to Prince George, BC, you've probably heard two things already. It's way more affordable, and isn't it kind of rough up there? You're not wrong to ask those questions. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 7 things you absolutely need to know before you pack a moving truck. The real cost difference compared to Vancouver and Ontario. Which Prince George neighborhood feels the safest and most family-friendly? And what winter is actually like? And what kind of career or business opportunities are here? By the end, you'll have a clear, honest picture of what living in Prince George is really like so you can decide if it's the right move for your family. I'm Evan, a local realtor here in Prince George, BC, and I help families relocate, buy their first home, and avoid becoming house poor when they move up here. So let's dive in to the 7 things you really need to know before moving to Prince George. Let's start with the main reason most people look at Prince George in the first place: affordability. As of 2025, the median price of a single-family home in Prince George is sitting around the mid-500s. Meanwhile, in Metro Vancouver, the benchmark price for a typical condo is around the high 700s. So, if you've got a $600,000 budget, here's the rough reality. In Prince George, that can get you a proper house, driveway, yard, and often 3 to 4 bedrooms in neighborhoods like College Heights or Heritage, depending on condition. In Vancouver, that same budget might only stretch to a small condo or older 1-bedroom apartment, often without much outdoor space at all. You're trading a high-rise elevator for a backyard and a garage. My philosophy with relocators is pretty simple. Just because the bank says you can spend it doesn't mean you should. When you move to Prince George, you have a chance to lower your housing costs, keep your payments comfortable, and buy for a lifestyle freedom, not just maximize square footage. I want you to avoid becoming house poor in a cheaper city. That's the whole point of making this move. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes, Prince George has a reputation for being rough. Like a lot of mid-sized resource cities, we have pockets with higher crime and visible social issues, especially closer to certain parts of downtown. That's real. And if you Google it, you'll see articles and stats that reflect that reality. But here's the part people don't see from the outside. Crime and social issues here are very localized. There's a huge difference between a rougher street with more rentals and visible street activity and a quiet family hub like Heritage, College Heights, or many parts of the heart, where kids are biking in cul-de-sacs and people are walking dogs after dinner. When I work with my relocation clients, we have a very direct conversation about where you're comfortable, what kind of neighbors and streets you want, and your tolerance for being near busier or more urban areas. I'll show you the difference between the investor zones, where you might buy a rental, and the family hubs, where you buy your primary home. You don't need to be scared of the whole city. You just need someone who's honest about which pockets to focus on. Next big question: how bad is the winter in Prince George? Short answer, it's winter. It's cold, it's snowy, but it's manageable. On average, winter daytime highs sit around -1 to +2 degrees, but it can get as cold as -30. And the city gets roughly 1.5 meters of snow over a typical year. The good news is Prince George is built for it. The roads get plowed, people have proper winter tires, kids still walk to school, and a life doesn't grind to halt every time it snows. If you lean into it instead of fighting it, winter can actually become a huge lifestyle upgrade. Cross-country skiing and snowshoeing on local trails like 𝘗𝘬𝘬𝘬𝘪𝘯𝘨, skiing and snowboarding at nearby hills, cozy evenings at home instead of long, stressful commutes. We'll talk about clothing, vehicles, and realistic expectations so you're prepared, not blindsided. If you're coming from Vancouver, the Fraser Valley, or the GTA, this is where your jaw drops. Prince George is basically a 15 to 20-minute city. No, it's not literally a perfect urban planner's 15-minute city, but in practical terms, most of your life is within a short drive. The university, hospital, the main hospital, Costco, Pine Center, groceries, gyms, kids' activities, all usually within 10 to 20 minutes, even in peak times. What does that mean for your life? Well, it's pretty simple. Less time commuting, more time with your kids, hobbies, or side projects, and a lot less mental load trying to plan your day around traffic. You're not spending an hour just to go get groceries and come back. That alone is a massive quality of life upgrade. One of the biggest pros of living in Prince George is how quickly you can get out of town. You've got Ness Lake, Tabor Lake, and West Lake, all within roughly 20 to 30 minutes of town, depending on where you live. Great for swimming, paddling, fishing, or just loading the kids and the dog into the car for a half-day escape. And if you're dreaming about privacy and acreage, areas like Beaverly, parts of Chief Lake Road, and out towards Buckhorn give you that classic northern rural feel. Tall trees, long driveways, and space for a shop, animals, or a big garden. For a lot of people, moving from the Lower Mainland or Ontario, this is the dream. More space, closer to nature, and the ability to live a lifestyle that's just not financially realistic in bigger cities. Now let's talk about work and opportunity, because affordability doesn't matter if you can't make a living here in Prince George. Prince George is the regional hub of northern BC, sometimes called the province's northern capital. The economy here is a mix of healthcare and social services, education with UNBC and College of New Caledonia, forest and manufacturing, construction, retail, transportation, and government services. If you're in healthcare, trades, education, the public sector, or you can work remotely, Prince George can be a really strong play. You earn a solid income, but your cost of living in Prince George is much lower than bigger centers. We'll look at your work situation and make sure that the move makes sense on both sides of the equation, income and expenses. So the quick recap of the 7 things you need to know before moving to Prince George. Number 1, your dollar goes way further on housing, especially compared to Vancouver condos. Number 2, the crime stigma is real, but it's hyper-local and neighborhood choice is everything. Number 3, winter is cold, but manageable if you're prepared and embrace it. Number 4, daily life happens in 10 to 20 minute loops, not 60 to 90 minute commutes. Number 5, you've got lakes, trails, and acreage options right at your doorstep. Number 6, the economy is diverse for a small city, with strong sectors in health, education, forestry, and trades. And number 7, and you don't have to figure it out all alone, that's where I come in. I hope this deep dive gave you the straight local insight you needed to feel secure and supported in your next decision. If you found value here, share this video with a friend who's also considering a move, or tell me what Prince George topic I should tackle next. If you're seriously thinking about moving, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to be your strategic partner. The easiest way to connect is call, text, or email. All the details are on the screen. I'm consistently publishing new content like this to give you the facts, not the fluff, about real estate in Prince George. Make sure you tap that subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss the next deep dive. Until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.